Shalom, everybody. Peace and blessings. This lesson will be on 5 ungodly people that we must be aware of as believers. And within this list, we must examine ourselves to make sure that we don't develop any of these ungodly tendencies. Because with us being of the flesh, anyone can fall victim to corruption, right? First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus. And firstly, number 1. Those who have an evil eye towards another. Now, I'm pretty sure we've all dealt with people like this within our lifetime. People who might have a petty grudge against you for whatever reason. People who might send hateful vibes towards you without a cause. Let's get a verse real quick. So, I'm going to go to the book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 24. So, many people are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment. Now, they have an evil suspicion towards you, which gives them an evil eye towards you. Some people might even be envious or covetousness of you and desire what you have, whether it be spiritually or physically, right? Tangibly. The best way to deal with these kind of people is to not go tit for tat with them and render evil for evil, just like 1 Thessalonians 5 and 15 states. But simply shine your light on them through your positive spirit and your ability to prevail through the tribulations and do good unto others. If they have an evil eye towards you, your actions will shine a light on them and potentially cause them to convert out of their darkness if they be wise. Because sometimes you might shine a light on them and your light shines on their darkness and their darkness comprehends it not. Regardless on if they comprehend it or not, we must always be the tone setter as a believer and love our neighbor as ourself, not as our neighbor loves us, right? Now, number 2 will be narcissists. Now, there are different types of narcissists, but they're both unbearable. Like, you have ones who would play a victim even if they were to commit an offense against somebody, and ones who are blinded by their pride and hubris, and they think they're never wrong because they think they're perfect and have nothing more to learn. Both of these behaviors are ungodly, and they stem down to one thing, which is self-exaltation, self-worship, right? The worship of oneself, and which that and within itself is in violation of Exodus 20 and 3. You shall have no other gods before me. These narcissists put themselves before the Most High. They put themselves as some kind of deity before the Most High, and their inflated ego causes them to look at themselves as like some kind of super special individual. Now, the Most High usually humbles these inflated egos and brings them low through His judgments, right? Let's get a verse on that. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 12. Before destruction, a man's heart is haughty, meaning prideful, right? But humility comes before honor, right? You have to be humble before the Most High exalts you. You don't exalt yourself, right? Let's get one more verse on that before we get to the next one. So let's go to Sirach 10 and verse 12. So the beginning of pride is when one departs from God and his heart is turned away from his maker. These prideful narcissists, they start departing from the Most High and start going towards themselves. Next verse. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that has it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord has brought upon him strange calamities. Remember how I said the Lord's going to judge these individuals and overthrow them utterly, right? The Most High is going to destroy a narcissist, and their life will go on a downhill path unless they repent. Now, number 3, lazy people. Lazy people have a spirit of inactivity on them that strips them of ambition and makes them inactive, and very infamous for being idle. And it's almost like they're unalive while still being awake. This behavior is very ungodly because in order to serve the Most High in truth, you will need a combination of faith and works, right? And Lazy people don't even have the ambition to do works. Just like the book of Proverbs. Let's go a couple chapters over. Boom. I know it's in the 21st chapter. Where is it? I think it's 25. Okay, yeah. The desire of a sluggard kills him. A sluggard is like a lazy person, a person who just mopes around. They're very slow and they have no diligency about them. Now, as it says, the desire of a sluggard kills him, for his hands refuse to labor. They don't want to labor for what they have a desire for. And just as it is written, for as the body without the spirit is dead, faith without works is dead also. Anyone who's lazy will be a victim of this. Now, number 4 will be hypocrites. Hypocrites, they're full of insanity, and there's 2 main types of them. You have the hypocrite that will say that they're going to act on something and change something that's holding them back, and then they turn around and return to the same thing that's holding them back. And you have the ones who will instruct another on how to basically better themselves, and they themselves who are teaching them don't even perform those acts themselves. Both actions are counterproductive to the overall growth of an individual, right? Just as the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 29 states, be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed at what you speak, right? Listen to what you speak. Not only are you teaching an individual, you also yourself have to take good heed at what you speak, right? Not only provide edification for the listener, but provide edification for yourselves too, right? Now, number 5, last but not least, will be gossipers and slanderers. Now, gossiping within itself is in violation of God's law. Leviticus 19 and 16, I believe. Hold on. Yep. You shall not go around as a slanderer amongst your people. Now, gossipers are ungodly. They're very ungodly, and anyone who's a genuine believer will focus on making their judgments based upon undisputed facts, valid sources, and 2 or more credible witnesses, right? Just as within God's laws. Many people, they don't take the time to examine if any allegations made against someone is truthful or not. They just simply go along to get along. And that's really sinful within nature, because just like also within God's law, let's go to Exodus 23 and 2. You shall not fall in with many to do evil, nor shall you bear witness in a lawsuit, siding with many to pervert justice, right? Many individuals will just, like I said, go along to get along just because other people are saying whatever it is, they go with it too. They don't even want to examine the facts. They don't want to examine the matter before they start lashing out judgment against an individual. We must be prudent in our judgment if we want to truly aspire to become a wise follower, right, of the Most High. Just as Proverbs 14 and 15 states, the simple believe in every word, but the prudent looks well into their going. We want to be the prudent individual who looks well into their going and who has an astute mind and knows to judge according to righteous judgment, as it is written. Now, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High, and until next time, Shalom.